Good evening and welcome to the class of 2029. Welcome to Denison. Welcome to college. Can we give them a round of applause? So before we do anything else, I just want to offer some gratitude. First, I want to thank all the families, mentoring organizations, and everybody else who is here and not here who is supporting our students in high school and who's making your Denison education possible. Can we just give all those folks a round of applause? Second, I want to thank our faculty. This is a faculty of world-class educators and mentors. You are getting ready to study with and learn from some of the best. Can we give them a round of applause? And I want to also thank all the staff who are here tonight, all the staff who helped make today possible, and all the staff, quite frankly, who will support you over the course of this year. This is a staff that is all in. Everybody who works on this campus cares deeply about our students and believes in the power of a Denison education to unlock the potential of our students to be the architects of their lives. Can we give our staff a round of applause? So to our students, to the great Denison class of 2029, this is the beginning of your life-shaping Denison journey. So on your chairs, you received your 2029 commencement tassel. It represents your present and your future as Denisonians. We encourage you to keep it somewhere where you will regularly see it and reflect on your Denison experience, and you will use it 4 years from now. Notice I didn't say 5, 6, or 7, when you graduate. So as you start your Denison journey tonight, I just want to look you in the eye and say, I have 2 hopes for you. The first is, I want the next 4 years to be fantastic. I want the next 4 years to be shaped with friends who will be some of your best friends the rest of your life, with faculty mentors, with experiences expected and unexpected. I want to hand you your diploma in 4 years and have you be weepy because you're sad to leave the hill and grateful for what this 4 years has been for you. But here's the second. I want these to be a great 4 years, but I actually want the 50 that come after that to be even better. I want you to come right here to Shackelford Commons for your 50th reunion when I will no longer be the president. And I want you to say, my life turned out better than I ever could have imagined when I arrived at Denison as a first-year student, and Denison made that happen. That's our hope, a great 4 years and a life that you can't even begin to imagine tonight. So I'm going to make some more remarks in a little while, but I now have the pleasure of introducing Nora Carter, member of the class of 2026 and president of the Denison Campus Governance Association, what we call DCGA. Nora?
Thank you very, very much, Dr. Weinberg. Welcome, Denison class of 2029. It was not long ago that I sat where you are today, full of excitement, apprehension, preoccupied by whether or not my command hooks were holding onto the cinder block walls of Shorney. I could not be more excited for each of you. The message I want to get across today is that education, particularly the incredible liberal arts education here at Denison, comes with a duty to avoid apathy. Apathy spreads when people are not learning or thinking for themselves, when they are not connected to their community, or, most importantly, when they feel helpless in making a change. Fortunately, a Denison education is the very antidote to apathy. You will come to experience a university which educates students to become autonomous thinkers, provides countless opportunities to find community, and encourages its students to become discerning moral agents and active citizens of a democratic society. People willing and able to make change. I'd like to share with you all some examples of how Denison has supported and combated any indifference in me through education, community, and developing my personal agency to make a change. First, Denison empowered me to learn and start thinking in meaningful and impactful ways early on, really early on. I've always been passionate for disability rights and was pleased to get into the W101 course on the topic with Dr. Nicole Green freshman year, which, by the way, that's a fantastic class, and if you have it, you should be so thrilled. I learned so much in that class, more than I can say here, but one of the best things I learned is that words coupled with actions are an incredibly powerful tool. Our final project was to write for change and to actually try to go out and enact that change. No theoretical papers to ever be forgotten at the end of the semester for Dr. Green. I learned quickly that students at Denison put thoughts and plans into action. I learned that engagement with a topic or a professor is an incredible antidote to apathy. As a result, W101 inspired me to found an advocacy organization for people with disabilities on Denison's campus as a freshman. The next incredibly important antidote to apathy that Denison has provided for me is a strong sense of community. Being a student at Denison has meant being surrounded by some of the most hardworking and talented people. Friends who have given me a real reason to lock in, as the kids say, because of these talents. I've watched my friends Mia and Key do everything from completely write, direct, choreograph, and stage their own theatrical masterpieces, to seeing my partner Luke cultivate a safe and inclusive place for everyone in his leadership of Gaming Guild. When you surround yourself with people who are investing in a community and creating change, it starts to inspire you to make change too. Additionally, community combats apathy simply through the amount of fun it is to be a part of one. Some of my best memories of college have nothing to do with work. For example, every Thursday, my friends gather to do this thing we dubbed Philosophize. We get together and make like good, quirky liberal arts kids and chat about philosophy while munching on some yummy fries. It is these types of experiences which I have been most grateful to have here at Denison. When your mind is full of great ideas and the good vibes of friendship, it tends to crowd out apathy. Lastly, Denison is a place where you all can make change. We are living in a moment where other passions, artistic pursuits, and the imagination of a better world are threatened by apathy and by the persecution of our fellow human beings. It is our responsibility to not let that happen. I honestly have never been the student government type. I'm loud, a bit all over the place, and certainly not presidential. I fell into this position because of my passions for making spaces accessible for everyone. I embraced this passion, and it led me to make a difference wherever I could. My hope for you all is that you let your passions lead you just the same. Denison was the antidote to apathy for this 4'9" girl who talks a bit too loud and walks with a limp. It will be your antidote too. I'd like to close with one of my favorite quotes from an artist near and dear to my heart. We're both from Pittsburgh. He's kind of underground, Mac Miller. Have any of you ever heard of him? No? Yeah? Okay. Well, in his song, Under the Weather, he says, "You could have the world in the palm of your hand, but it don't mean a thing till you change it." Denison class of 2029, whether you realize it or not, you have the world in the palm of your hands. An education that teaches you how to think, provides amazing communities, and focuses on positive change is the remedy to apathy. I truly believe in all of you. Take the world, go out there, and change it. Thank you very much. I will now ask Dr. Rick Hall, Vice President of Student Life, to join me at the podium. Oh, there you are.
Good evening. It is a Denison tradition to have two students serve as representatives of the entering class. We select these two students whose hometown is the nearest to campus and the student whose hometown is the furthest from Denison. I am pleased to introduce John Whiting, who is from Granville and lives a little over a half a mile from campus. All right, he got here. And Ngoc Phuong Nguyen Nguyen from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, who has traveled a little bit further, approximately 8,877 miles to arrive in Granville. May I please have our two class representatives join me on stage. You can clap for him again. This is the banner of the class of 2029. You will see your banner again upon the occasion of your graduation, and then it will join the other banners as part of Denison's historical record. Thank you. All right.
Good evening. My name is Kim Copeland, and I am Denison's provost. I'm also a faculty member in the Department of Physics and Astronomy, a proud member of the Denison class of 1985, the parent of a Denison graduate, and the parent of a current Denison student. As provost, I have the privilege of working closely with our faculty, described by President Weinberg as the best faculty in the country, and I agree, and I know them well. I'm joined on the stage today by several of my faculty colleagues. Each of them holds a university-named chair or professorship. Each year at the induction ceremony, our tradition is for the chair of the faculty to welcome new students to the college. So to bring that welcome to you, I'm pleased to introduce this year's faculty chair, chair of the faculty, Dr. Rebecca Homan, professor of biology. Rebecca?
Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to have the opportunity to welcome you to Denison on behalf of the faculty. As Dr. Copeland mentioned, in addition to being the chair of this faculty this year, I'm also a professor in the biology department, where I teach and research in topics like ecology, evolution, conservation, and herpetology. If that last term is not familiar to you, it means that I study and teach about amphibians and reptiles. In fact, I spent my summer deeply immersed in a research question about the choices faced by newly metamorphosed salamanders as they leave their birth pond for the first time. As I analyzed data, read other scholarly works, and formulated my own interpretations, in the back of my mind was the notion that come August, I would have the opportunity to speak with you all. And in some moment of strange and possibly silly inspiration, it occurred to me to ask myself, is it possible that this moment in your lives is not dissimilar to the moment in salamanders' young lives? You will soon discover that professors love a good metaphor. So I sat down and thought through this somewhat unusual idea, and by the end, I had concluded, not surprisingly, and to your great relief, I'm sure, that the similarities between the moment before you now and the moment before young salamanders as they leave their pond do exist, but are quite limited. Indeed, it's the differences between you that are perhaps the most illuminating. So please bear with me as I explain. First, a little background on amphibian natural history. Apologies, teacher, it's what happens. Adult salamanders live in the forest surrounding a pond. In the spring, when the weather is just barely hospitable, like just the ice is starting to melt, they leave their forest homes and walk as quickly as salamanders can walk, which is not very fast, to the nearest pond. We call this their breeding pond. There, the males court the females with complex underwater dances, and if all goes well, the pair produce fertilized eggs, which the female attaches to vegetation under the water's surface. Mom and dad salamander then head quickly back to their forest home, leaving the eggs on their own. In a few weeks, the eggs hatch and little baby salamanders emerge and begin a period of eating and growing. So here's the first major difference in your experiences. I hope and suspect that you did not spend your formative years to this point wandering about and foraging for food in a colony of other children with no adult support. So first, major advantage to you. Near the end of the summer, the salamanders respond to a biological imperative driven by time, temperature, and oxygen concentrations in the water to metamorphose. Their external gills resorb into their bodies, their lungs develop, their scrawny little aquatic legs become more robust, and their tail flattens from a more fin-like shape that's good for swimming to a rounder shape that's good for walking. Now they look like tiny adults. At this moment, we call them newly metamorphosed juveniles. Their metamorphosis has prepared them physiologically for a terrestrial life, and so now they must leave the pond and head into an environment that is new and uncertain. Okay, so here's where I see the strongest parallel. Just like you, these young salamanders share many physical characteristics of adults. And just like you, they're on the brink of a big new future. They don't really know what's ahead of them. They enter the world pointed in a particular direction, and they cannot know exactly what the consequence will be. Perhaps that feels familiar. Fortunately, this is also the moment where I believe the similarities fade, for the salamander has no guidance as they step into this world. You, on the other hand, have the support of many people who know something about adulthood and college life and Denison in particular. And you can ask questions and get support from a whole range of people, both at Denison and at home. If the young salamander makes a directional choice that's not ideal, it may be very consequential for their future, as not all terrestrial habitats are equally suitable. If you make a choice that's not ideal, you have options and resources that can help you recover. Taking risks is probably not smart for that salamander, but taking risks, particularly calculated risks, is very smart for you. It's how you grow. Okay, I think I've exhausted the metaphor for you. So let me get down to it. You have arrived at the start of a grand adventure. You have a lot of opportunities ahead, and you'll have a lot of support as you try new things, take risks, and explore new ideas. And as the representative of the faculty speaking with you this evening, I want to say on behalf of all of us that we are excited to be here with you and for you. As your academic advisors, we'll strive to know who you are and to help you think through an academic path that enriches you in deep ways and helps you become the person you want to be. In the classroom, we will encourage you to be active participants, sharing what you know, what you think, acknowledging what you don't know, and asking tough questions. We'll do our best to challenge you to learn and grow in ways that allow you to integrate information in a complex and rapidly changing world so that you can be your best, most fulfilled self. And as your mentors, we will give you advice where we can and help you find the right resources when you need them. All of us, and not just the teaching faculty, are here at a small liberal arts college because working closely with you is a big part of what fulfills us. Please don't be shy. I mean it. Please don't be shy about using the time and expertise that we offer. In other words, take advantage of the fact that you are not a salamander. Thank you. Professor Ching-Chu Hu of Denison's Department of Music has composed a very special piece of music to mark this occasion. The fanfare for the class of 2029 will be performed tonight, and then again upon the occasion of your commencement from Denison in May of 2029. Tonight's ensemble has been coordinated by instructor of music, Mr. Ryan Hamilton. it's my pleasure to call Denison University's 20th president, Dr. Adam Weinberg, back to the podium.
I also think, as of this afternoon, Professor Ching-Chu Hu is not just a professor, he is now a Denison parent as well. So actually, I just saw one of our students in the audience shivering. For those of us who were on campus last night, it was 96 degrees, so this breeze feels really, really, really good. So I do want to offer just some words. First and foremost, I just want to welcome you to what I truly believe is the best liberal arts college in the country. You are about to receive the kind of education that everybody in the world both needs and deserves, and that far few people actually ever receive. We call it a fully residential liberal arts education. To get the most from this opportunity, from your Denison experience, we're going to ask 5 things of you over the next 4 years, and they're as follows. First and foremost, be fully engaged in your courses and in the campus community. This starts with the academics. Our classes are small, and the learning is active. We expect everybody to have done the work to show up because everybody in our classrooms is both a teacher and a learner. Enjoy the books you read, the papers you write, the labs you complete, the rehearsals and performances you're part of, and the discussions you have in class. Also embrace the robustness of the curriculum by taking a wide range of courses across the humanities, social sciences, arts, natural sciences, and interdisciplinary programs. The academic program at Denison is fantastic. It is world-class, and it is our first gift that we are giving to you. Savor it and take full advantage of it. This also applies to campus life. From my perspective, Denison's the perfect size. We're larger than most liberal arts colleges, which means there's lots of opportunities to get involved and to be engaged. And yet we're small enough so that students can try new things. Get involved in different ways. Participate in campus activities you know you already enjoy, while opening yourself up to exploring new interests and developing new passions. Try things that were not available, or quite frankly, that you might have been too embarrassed to try in high school. My hope is that every single one of you will have a chance to pursue your current interests while also developing a passion you don't know you even have as you arrive on campus. And lastly, take full advantage of the intellectual and cultural life at the college. Attend talks by visiting speakers, professors, concerts, art openings, and academic department events. Go to a Vail concert. Second, develop a wide range of friendships. Denison's not a complicated place, it's just a really special place. And Denison is defined by relationships. This is a college that's defined by the people who come here, the relationships we form with each other, and the way those relationships shape our lives. This starts with our faculty. Get to know them. Make it a point to introduce yourself to every single one of our faculty members during your first week of classes. Go to their office hours, ask them out for coffee. If you're a little bit on the introverted side, just knock on their door and say, President Weinberg said I need to come and introduce myself to myself. Shake their hand. Our faculty care deeply about our students, and they want to unlock your intellectual potential by provoking, inspiring, and challenging you. Getting to know our faculty is a core part of the Denison experience. If you make a small effort to get to know them, you'll be surprised how much they give you back in return. Do the same with staff. From our student life team to the people who work across campus to the people working in your residential halls, Denison is filled with talented and passionate people who you can learn from and who can be a great source of support to you throughout your time at Denison. Just get to know the people here. And of course, get to know your peers. My hope is that you will quickly make friends and that many of your Denison friends will turn out to be some of the most important friendships you have for the rest of your life. That's a Denison thing. But as you develop friends over the next days and weeks, make sure you get to know a wide range of people. Denison is filled with interesting people from diverse backgrounds. Make it a point to get to know everybody in your off-campus orientation trip, everybody in your residential hall, and everybody in your classes. Of course, find friends who share your interests, but also open yourself up and be proactive about developing friendships with people who are just really different from you. The deeper your relationships with faculty and staff, the wider your range of friends, the more you will both enjoy and the more you will grow at Denison. Third, expect a lot of yourself, be performance-oriented, and ask for help early and often. Denison is designed to challenge you in a supportive environment with faculty who believe in you and want the best for you. There are gonna be times when Denison is hard. That's by design. We only learn to do hard things by doing hard things. And we're gonna push you, but we're gonna push you because we believe in you and we want the best for you. So be excited. Be excited about being challenged to perform at your highest level academically and in your athletic, artistic, and other campus pursuits. And when things are difficult, avoid the temptation to believe that everybody else is succeeding and happy while you're not. That's absolutely not true. They're just hiding it a little bit better. Everybody during their first semester will have things that go remarkably well. You're gonna have moments where you stop and think, I didn't know I could be this happy. And everybody's gonna have stumbles. The stumbles are normal, and our goal is to help you learn to turn small setbacks into learning moments to improve and move forward. Learn to fail forward. That's a Denison thing. But to do this, you have to ask for help. Our campus wants to help you grow and flourish, but we can only help when you ask. Fourth, take advantage of our location. This is something I didn't put in my letter to you. Our campus is spectacular, right? It's right out of Central Casting. It's like going to school in a meditation garden, and it has so much to offer. Granville is also fantastic. It's filled with coffee shops, restaurants, local stores, and then a few minutes from campus, Newark and Heath are also super interesting places. And Columbus is a thriving city that's on our doorstep. You don't need a car, but pay attention to emails about opportunities to attend events and concerts, both in Licking County and in Columbus. Explore Central Ohio. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, everything above, everything, depends upon you being curious about everyone and everything. Be curious about the courses you take, the people you meet, and the new things you will try. Too often, we're driven by fear and anger, which makes our world small, uninteresting, and stifling. Avoid it. Replace fear of failure with curiosity about how you can learn from it and improve. Replace fear of embarrassment with curiosity about trying and doing new things. Here's something that most of us don't learn until our 40s or 50s. Once you get over your fear of embarrassment, life gets a whole lot easier. Learn it in your 20s, not your 40s. And lastly, replace anger over the views of others with curiosity about why they see things differently and what you can learn from them. Curiosity is a gift the liberal arts will give to you that will enhance your life in ways large and small. It will make your world broader, more interesting, and fun, and it will lead to success in every part of your life. An important part of this is keeping your mind wide open. Universities are places where we explore, create, and refine ideas, thereby adding to the world's knowledge and understanding. We should always challenge orthodoxy, starting with our own. Whatever your views about any topic, there is somebody in your residential hall or in your classes who sees it differently. Be curious, listen, and learn. If somebody says something in a class or in a conversation that you find puzzling or even offensive, take them out for coffee. Don't start by asking them about their views or talking about politics. Ask them about their life. Because once we understand people's biographies, it's much easier to enter into a conversation about differences of perspectives and points of views, and we can have a heck of a lot of fun learning from each other. A liberal arts education is about engaging with ideas as part of the process of learning to understand the world and to contribute to it. So many of you, I hope all of you, will realize that this advice mirrors what I emailed to you last week. I'm offering it twice in hopes that you will hear it and allow it to guide you through your time at Denison. Maybe even keep the email I sent you last week and read it during your first few months, your first year. Each time, you'll read it slightly differently, I hope in a good way. And if you're inspired, let me know what advice was useful and what you might add or change for next year's class. Or if you want, invite me out for coffee and give me the advice and your reflections. So, to summarize my advice, show up eager and dive into your classes. Be deeply engaged across campus and develop relationships with faculty, staff, and a wide circle of your peers. Don't be surprised when something is hard or a lot is asked of you. We will challenge you because we believe in you and we want the best for you. Ask for help when you need it. Embrace all that it means to be a Denisonian. Create your own Denison experience and be curious about everyone and everything. You made a great choice for college, and we're excited to welcome you into the Denison community. Can we give the Denison class of 2029 a round of applause? So I would like to invite Dr. Rick Hall, Vice President of Student Life, and Dr. Kim Copeland, Provost, to join me for the induction of the class of 2029. Will the members of the class of 2029 please rise? It is my honor to formally induct you, into the class of 2029. May you cultivate habits of the mind, share in our commitment to community, and embrace the values of our mission statement as autonomous thinkers, discerning moral agents, and active citizens of a democratic society. Welcome to Denison. You are now officially college students. You can sit down. So every college has its alma mater, and Denison's no different. So to help you learn the melody to the song To Denison, it's going to first be sung by members of our orientation team. After hearing the first verse once, we'll rise and join the group as they sing the alma mater a second time. The words are printed in your program. And following the singing of the alma mater, we ask that the audience be seated while members of the platform party and faculty recess. After the faculty recess, we're going to take a dinner break. And then at 8 o'clock, we invite parents and families to join us in the Mitchell lobby down the hill for a reception to meet other families and connect with Denison staff. And while parents and families are at our reception, our newest Denisonians will meet in their residential halls with community advisors. So before they sing, I have one more favor to ask of the class of 2029. When I run into you this week or next week and throughout the semester, and I ask you how things are going, it's not a rhetorical question. Stop and let me know how things are going at Denison. I'm really excited you're here. We're honored you've chosen to come to Denison, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you over the course of the next 4 years. Welcome.
To Denison we raise our song, fair college on the hill, the name that sets our souls on fire and makes our senses thrill. To Denison, my Denison, in praise our voices swell, the scenes of happy college days, the home we love so well. To Denison we raise our song, fair college on the hill, the name that sets our souls on fire and makes our senses thrill. To Denison, my Denison, in praise our voices swell, the scenes of happy college